Pop star Lorde recently stopped her set at a music festival in Madrid to tell the crowd to throw away their AI smart glasses. She thanked the audience for being part of something real and explicitly rejected the hardware watching her. The festival, remarkably, was heavily sponsored by Ray-Ban. Ray-Ban, in partnership with Meta, manufactures those exact smart glasses designed to continuously watch and record your surroundings. Meta is actively pushing forward with an upgraded, super-sensing version of this hardware, exactly as public rejection of visible surveillance becomes a cultural statement. Yet, while we viscerally reject AI hardware on our faces, we are seamlessly absorbing its software through our ears. Over in Australia, a cover of Madonna's Like a Prayer recently hit #1 on national radio. The track pulled in 35 million streams and generated massive royalties for the producer. The problem is, audio experts suspect the entire vocal performance was generated by software like Suno. The producer insists he merely uses it as a tool, but listeners have no way to verify it because Australia's new transparency laws requiring AI labels explicitly exempt the music industry. That lack of transparency is driving a revolt on the text-based internet as well. On Hacker News, a community of highly technical software engineers recently flooded the platform with demands for a systemic flag to label AI-generated articles. This visualization illustrates the psychological problem driving that revolt. Asymmetric effort. The large block represents the 20 minutes a human spends carefully reading an article. The tiny fraction represents the 15 seconds it took a machine to generate it. This imbalance creates the defining anxiety of the AI era, the pervasive inability to verify if the media, art, and information we consume contains genuine human effort, or if someone simply pressed a button. This anxiety has a measurable economic cost. Researchers at the University of Auckland recently published findings on exactly what happens to professional online communities when automated answers arrive. They looked at Stack Overflow, the premier technical Q&A site, and found a 76% drop in new questions since ChatGPT launched. The top human experts, the exact people who wrote the original answers that taught the AI how to code, are logging off. They refuse to provide free labor for a bot that takes all the credit. This chart tracks a doom loop. Human experts leave, dropping community quality, which pushes users to AI bots. Eventually, models train on their own degraded outputs because human expertise is gone. This extraction process is already spreading beyond coding forums. A recent New York Times report revealed the same phenomenon infecting elite corporate workspaces. High-end startups like Scale AI are paying lawyers, accountants, and financial analysts excellent rates to meticulously document their workflows. These professionals are manually labeling outputs and writing detailed instruction manuals for the specific systems designed to automate their own roles. It creates a grim structural paradox. The individuals with the deep industry knowledge required to slow automation down are the exact people being financially incentivized to map out their own replacements. While the replacement of experts feels inevitable, research from the Washington Post suggests that the current crisis for new graduates actually has a different origin. The struggle to find entry-level work today appears largely disconnected from the rise of automation. The United States is projected to face its largest labor shortage in history because of a massive demographic shift. An aging population and heavily declining birth rates have drastically thinned the pipeline of available workers across the entire economy. In this context, focusing on AI-driven job loss hides a more difficult reality. The labor market is being squeezed by the physical limits of the human population and a mismatch in graduate skills, even as the narrative of robotic takeover dominates the headlines. Those physical limits extend directly to the hardware required to to run a deeply automated society. You can see this transition clearly in the death of Apple's multi-billion-dollar self-driving car project. Apple never built the vehicle, but realizing a self-driving car would need incredibly powerful localized AI processing forced them to pioneer the neural engine. That hardware architecture gave them a decade head start and now sits inside every modern Mac and iPad. Now, Apple is scaling that architecture into massive M7 chips designed specifically for data centers. Running these systems requires an immense physical footprint, demanding millions of gallons of water and dedicated power grids. Because these massive facilities demand so many physical resources, they have suddenly become the new front line for international cyber warfare. National intelligence officials recently found state actors from China, Russia, and Iran using tools like ChatGPT to manufacture fake grassroots opposition against new American data center construction. Senator Tom Cotton requested a full DOJ investigation into the cyber campaign, pointing out the most dangerous aspect of the strategy. Local residents actually have legitimate concerns about noise, energy use, and land consumption in their towns. It marks the moment society loses the basic ability to identify, protect, and act upon genuine human truth.